action. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video. As you can see, I'm gonna be talking about Bug Bath. My phone doesn't want to fucking talk about Bug Bath. Let me rephrase that intro, because I'm just really excited to talk about Bug Bath. We got two other bands that I just want to vaguely recommend after the fact. They're not like as tight as this band. Let's go over Bug Bath. I've talked about them in my cassette videos. I just played a show with them with my band. Poster will be somewhere, and I love them wholeheartedly. They're a great band. Honestly, every single one of their members is so uniquely talented. And this album that I have here, their first self-titled with the little devil, top contender for like album of my life, because of how much I played it and how much I just forced my friends to play it in their cars, because I love the way that this fucking album sounds. And now they came out with World of Fools, which has some of their best shit. Like, okay, I know they don't play this song live, but I suppose it's great. Very, very cute little like a I love that sort of melding, you know. I feel like I'm in a fucking like Phineas and Ferb intro. But I should probably change this to the other album cover now. I suppose It's Embarrassing is such a good closer. Like, genuinely, I tear up sometimes thinking about that song. And the fucking solo in that song is, you know, it sounds stupid to mention it, but it's just such a Pixies moment, because it's like literally like maybe 5 notes in that whole solo, and like half the shit is just bending upwards, and it's beautiful. I should also mention the Praying Split, which is the other sort of little thing that they added. They have a Bijo song, and hearing this song that they never play live, they only did this like a studio session, was super cool to hear. I love little B-sides like the, oh my god, my shit went out. I got too invested. For those uninitiated, I guess I'll give a little bit of professional analysis, aka ripping their shit from their website, or at least from Backstage Nevada's website, which I'll link below, because none of the words I'm about to say, except my little ad-lib at the very end of it, is like mine. Plagiarism, guys. Bug Bath is big guitar music from Reno, Nevada, combining influences of bands like Archers of the Super Drag to Drive By Truckers and Jimmy Eat World. Bug Bath lands distinctly in the crossroads between power pop, noise rock, and early emo with hints of country and hardcore. I couldn't have synopsized it better, except by saying they also sound like the Rentals, which is basically what power pop is. Don't get me wrong, not saying they're derivative, because honestly, like, this sort of sound hasn't really been popular since like Weezer.
And Weezer released their debut album, Weezer.
But they combine it so well, and especially on, especially on this one, you can really hear the influence of like the hardcore. But then there's also like, you know, the My Crying songs. Anyway, this album's great. I'm gonna talk about another band just really quickly while I'm here, because I have a really hard time describing to other people like what I strive my band to sound like. And I just recently found a band whose like last record came out in 2000 and fucking, actually exactly 2000. So it's been 24 years since this album's older than me, okay? This album's older than like most of my audience. Because this band is so fucking old, and sorry, because this band isn't touring anymore, and I can't even meet these people anymore, I have to go based off of just internet stuff instead of, you know, just what I was doing with Bug Bath. But this band was formed in 1994, the Wicked Farleys. I need to say their name more so I can like internalize it, because it's like a weird name. Honestly, I don't know what it means. Editing me will figure out what a Farley is after this, because I don't want to do that right now. They're from Boston, the greatest state because of the Pixies and Dino. Don't get it twisted. Seems like most of them were very into like math rock, dreamy noise pop, kind of college rocks. Most popular bands to compare this band to are the Swirlies and My Bloody Valentine, for kind of obvious reasons. The Swirlies I get a lot more because on this album, the Make It, you can definitely tell from the like weird interludes and the tape distortion. Everything sounds like really fuzzed out. Like some of these songs I couldn't really like get what was the point of them was, but that was like kind of the point. Sometimes you just gotta be confused. After disbanding, Rob Lasko would be a part of other bands like Diamond Knights and the Swirlies. And the lead singer eventually became some sort of critic for the Washington Post. So I guess, you know, take it as you will. They made this shit in 2000 and it rocks my fucking sock. The first song that we start with is Love Squats, which is like their most popular song, but still, when I say their most popular, you look at the plays on Spotify, I think it has like 14,000 or something, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, their most popular song has 13,632 plays as of today. This song is good for a lot of reasons. It's very jangly, the guitars sound very loose, the drumming is really frenetic. There's some really cute falsetto vocals on this song that sort of keep it going. I love just the amount of detunage going on these guitars as they plummet in pitch down on these fucking chords. Super killer opener. Like, take notes. Take notes, indie kids. The next song is Rise Dance, and it's personally my favorite song on the record. Not saying any of the other songs are not equally as good as this one, but I come back to this one the most because it starts out so simple with this drum beat that builds up, and then it goes into this different rhythm than you would expect it to, and it keeps very strange sort of liminal rhythm. It's genuinely something kind of hard to explain on a first listen, but after a while I started to get really into the world of that song. I really love when that weird synth guitar thing, voice modulating pitch thing with distortion all over it, when that comes in and the bass line changes and we get into that kind of a more upbeat sort. I don't know, it's almost like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life, and it goes right into the most scary sort of like anxious feeling for the next probably 45 seconds to a minute. I love this song, and I've been showing it a lot to people because it really reminds me of something that I would want to write in the future because of its odd timing and strange structure and sort of noisy presentation. And it's beautiful. It's very, very, very beautiful. The next song, Find Shit, Break Shit, also is a perfect example of this sort of dichotomous, destructive dissonance quality of their music. You have these very like structured beats, and then all of a sudden this do 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 bow no do 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 bow no. It's like, wow, I'm like in this whole different rhythmic zone. Always keeps you on your toes. A lot of these songs are mostly credited to Ken Bernard as the composer and Michael Bridgor. I'm gonna not be able to say his name correct. It's him as composer and lyricist, so I'm assuming we're dealing with lead singer syndrome. Do you guys need the album cover anymore? I think you guys get it. This is to keep the attention span of my viewers. Opportune is the next track I want to talk about because honestly, it kind of rips almost as hard as Ray's Dance. I love this song, especially in that chorus and post-chorus when it has that guitar line going like wah wah, and it hits that one kind of sour note. I'll play that one segment right here. I love that note. Like, genuinely, it makes me so happy because so many bands could just be like, I'm gonna play one note higher than that and make it like a perfect, you know, second or a third. And nah, we're just gonna play it perfectly sour. That's what I like to call it. Next song on the record is Autonomisch. I have no fucking idea what that means, but the song is really good. It's a really suspenseful and dichotomous song, really beautiful and slow and jangly as like a My Bloody Valentine song with no effects on it really. I mean, it's like the jangle you get from shit strings. I feel like it's a beautiful kind of sound to me. The song Dig the Ring, just for its very interesting synth work and this sort of Aphex Twin E, not twinny, high pitched frequency modulator over and over. It's a really beautiful sound. I love it. And that's all I have to say for the Make It, because after this, they disbanded and they never reunited because God said no. Okay, and the last band I want to talk about, shit, I should probably get their album cover. Alright, the last band I'm talking about is Hum. This is their album, You'd Prefer an Astronaut. Hum is a band I've been listening to a lot of. Apparently they're also Chicago-based, which is great because my favorite bands, Lifeguard and Horse Girl, are also from Chicago. And a lot of the biggest beat music scene and really intense emo music is in Chicago. Like, you've got to go there. My Heart, Your Arms Are My Cocoon, went to Chicago. It's just the spot to be. Fuck. Apparently they disbanded in 2000 and then reunited in 2015 because they're just really good. But their biggest hits were in like the 90s when this album came out. My favorite songs on that album, besides the obvious hit Stars, which is kind of strange because I don't even have it liked on my Spotify because I always was like, oh yeah, that's like probably a filler track. But that's their biggest song. Little Dipper opens it up, kills it. The Pod, and then Stars. But the three really my favorite songs on this album are the next three tracks. The Very Old Man, this very like simple acoustic song that then like really breaks into some very like impassioned drumming. The drum production on this album is like very unparalleled. It's not Steve Albini like it's in another room or something, but it's definitely super punchy and in the mix. Why I like the Robins is just like lyrically one of my favorite moments on it because it's not really bittersweet, you know. Obviously the first like verse or the first two verses are my favorite. The distance outside of you comes into focus, collapses away lovingly, and hands to the glass and eyes to sky, glued to the south she waits to see. She's looking for birds she met last fall, who said they would come back different than all. She's waiting for 6 who know about sound, who'd promised to come back upside down. And then he hits that next verse with, and I like your raindrop collector, splash in my eyes, and makes everything look like you. What? Then the next song that comes after that, you know, I like your hair long. I could hardly wait for my stars to fall in line and synchronize and shine. A wasted string of years and a wasted string of lies. It's all the same to me. It's a waste of a song. And ugh, it's a waste of my lungs, it's a waste of a song. Just like shift from this and then into the next verse when you pluralize it into you're still the same, you're a waste of a song, you're a waste of my lungs is insane. Like that is some like next level like breakup shit. Definitely one of my favorite songs on the album because it's very Weezery, let's be honest. Like the do 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 do, you know, there's like some Weezer-esque. I mean, this came out like what, Pinkerton came out in 94, right? Am I right about that? Can I be right about it? Like the strongest urge that Pinkerton came out in 94. Weezer has so many albums. Why? Those 3 songs have been playing on loop in my ears for weeks now because they're really good, and honestly, I don't think there's a lot of good music anymore, but those songs are the good music. So listen to them wisely. Alright.
Bye.